Bring it in, bring it in. Listen up, everybody, listen up. Take a knee. Today, I'm going to talk to my teen parents. And my teen parents are just as important to me as my players because without them, a lot of things don't even happen. And I really admire some of these parents that take the time because I know what it's like for myself as a parent to commit to a full season of football. It's not just the driving around to different practices and different fields and games and preparing and going through the whole season that can start anywhere from May if you start with spring ball and go all the way to December if you end up having a championship game. But I also, like I tell my guys, football season really starts the day after the last game. So I even see some of these parents that commit to getting their kids other training while they're out there. So parents, please know that you are just as important on the field as my players. But one of the things I want to discuss today, and this kind of applies, this was something that was asked to me just recently in an interview that I was doing, and when I started my coaching. Well, as many of you know, I really love the game of football since I was age 7. And if you've watched any of my other interviews or if you listen to any of my podcasts, you know that I've loved the game of football since I was age 7. I would have played if I could. I feel like an NFL player stuck in this 5'1" body. Uh, but I love it, love the game. But more than that, I also love what it can do. The football as a vehicle in life can be just as important. But one of the things that comes up to me on a regular basis is how did you do this? I mean, when did you start this? And when I really thought about it, I really didn't start my coaching until I was like 45 because my son at the time, I had my son at 38, and I started coaching by the time he was 6, 7. And that put me at 45, and I didn't even realize that. Now skip ahead, here I am still coaching football, and I'm not going to divulge my age to you, but you can probably figure it out if you know how many years I've been coaching football. But one of the things that really resonated with me was that it's just never too late to start something, to do something. If you've got a playbook of something you want to do, then use it. A lot of times we're not handed a playbook in life. We get stuck in something maybe we didn't want to do. Maybe we went to college for something and then realized later on down the road, okay, yeah, this is what I got my degree in, but this is not really what I wanted. I see it all the time. Kids change their majors all the time, including my own son. I've seen him go through it. After 2 years of college, all of a sudden he decided he wanted to do something else, and that's fine. Because I think knowing what you want is a lot more important than just going through the motions and doing what you think you're supposed to be doing. And it takes a lot of courage. It's not an easy task to be able to say, this is what I want, and to make this change and take a risk. Because we're so afraid of taking a risk based on our age or what we've already got as a solid foundation that we don't step out. We'd rather stay, for lack of better words, miserable or not excited about something we're doing than to take a risk with something that absolutely, you know, we get up every day hitting the ground running. It's it's something where you have to decide how much time do you really want to spend at this. There's not going to be anything sadder than waking up or realizing at the end of your life that you really didn't do what you wanted to do, and at what cost and for what reasoning. Because someone said you should be in this. You're not building just this house made on sand. You want to build your legacy. You want to build something that makes you remembered as a person, remember for your choices, remembered for the things that you did. And it may not be something everybody agrees with. I mean, I've gone through that myself where they're like, I can't believe you do this every day. Yeah, I do because I love it. And yes, every season, every year, I commit myself to a whole new grouping of kids. And a lot of times my seasons are not spent at the same high school. I have to go from school to school just to get a job to coach. But I don't give up. And I'm not going to allow the obstacles that are thrown at me to keep me from doing what I love. And each and every day, I have to get up and be strong and in my conviction of this is where I want to be and this is what I want to do. And that's what a lot of us forget. We forget that you've got that choice. You've got that ability to be strong in your conviction. What do you want? What do you really want to do? Where do you want to go with this? And this is the same question a lot of times I ask my guys. I'm like, what do you guys want? What do you want to do with this? You got a whole season ahead of you. And we can do one or two things. We can just go through the motions and just play football and have fun, or you can set a goal and we can work really hard to get to where you want to go. And a lot of it is, do you want to be in a division championship? Do you want to make it to CIF? Where do you want this to go? And I can usually tell right from the beginning of the season who's committed and who's not. And I know the ones that are going through the motions, and I know the ones that are going to step up and do the job because they want it so badly. And when you find things in your life that you want so badly, you will do everything to get you there, to be able to have it happen, to make it part of your everyday priority of what you want. So I'm going to tell you firsthand, go out there and get what you want. Go do the things that you love and make time for the things that really, really are important to you. Because at the end of the day, if you've done everything you can and you've done things that have made you really happy, that's where you're going to find the success in your life. And not only that, that's also where you're going to find your joy. So go out there, figure it out, know what you want, start making the choices to do it, and I wish you an abundance of success because I know you've got it within you. Be unstoppable. Go out there. Okay, bring it in. Bring it in. All right, ready? On me, on three. Start strong and finish strong and dominate everything in between. I'm Coach Mikki. Let's go.